Howdy y'all, today we're going to be talking about the pivot series from Worksharp. If you want to see that, stay tuned. Now, roll intro. So we've got our cameless serviceman's knife. That was my uncle's when he was in the army. And, great uncle, I guess. And my dad foolishly modified in his youth by snapping off the lanyard. He wasn't very bright. So, that was a very not so smooth cut. So as you can see, it's pretty dull there. And we're going to hone it up a bit. I don't know when the last time this was sharpened. It's been sitting in a drawer for a couple years. But so you're pretty much just going to set the butt of the blade in the sharpener and pull through with, as they put it, medium pressure about 5 times. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull through it more than that because this knife is pretty dull. So I say we go 12 through. We'll try it out before we use the hone. So this paper's pretty thick, but yeah, that's having no problem cutting through that. Yeah, so we'll give 2 more passes on that. And if you slide this thing to the left, it lets this kind of wobble back and forth a little bit, and that way you get a better hone on it. So speaking of hone, we'll use the honer. We'll give it 5 passes. Yeah, let's go 6. So pretty much the same rules apply for it, and that's just to make the blade have a little bit of a finer edge on it. Ooh, that's cutting through nice. Like I said, this is thicker paper than most of the paper you'll be using, but yeah, that's got that nice and sharp, probably sharper than this knife has been in at least a decade. But that's how you sharpen a pocket knife with the pivot from Worksharp. So this side here, this diamond plated side as they put it, this is going to be used for sharpening knives that are going to require a little more material removal. So if it's really dull and it's been dinged up and whatnot, so essentially your camping knife, or hand tools and fish hooks, run it through this a few times and sharpen it up that way. I'm not going to demonstrate it because it's pretty easy. You just run it along the side like a traditional grindstone, and for fish hooks you're going to use the center slit there. And then you got the lanyard hole there. So this, like I said, put it in your backpack, put on your lanyard for hiking, camping, stuff like that. Alright, if you watched my machete video, you might remember I said I hate serrated machetes and knives, and that's true. I find serrations to be absolutely useless. But one of the applications of the hone on this is you can sharpen serrations by putting it on the nook you want and pushing down a couple times. Actually, I was doing that wrong. You're going to want to do it on the side that's got the indent on it. So since it's on this side, I'm going to be going on the left side of this. So, like so a few times, and that'll help sharpen your serrations. I wouldn't expect too much out of this knife because it's a cheap little gas station knife I bought in Florida. But yeah, that's how you sharpen serrations, and this applies to both sharpeners. If that last sharpener was the M3 Lee, this thing is the M4 Sherman. And as the instruction manual hath foretold, that when black wings come unfurled, the wheel will turn upon the last knife sharpener you'll ever need. Like, I swear, this thing has got everything. Your traditional knife sharpener here, and honing edge. Same little wobbly thing on it. On the bottom for sharpening tools, and for sharpening scissors here. Like, and it's got this handy little design where you can pin it down on your workbench, use it that way. Like, I legit mean, this thing's got it all. So, essentially, same thing, Buck 110. Made a video on that, go check that out. We're essentially just going to do the same thing, and this thing's already a razor blade, like, I'll show you. But, pull it through a few times. We'll go 5. And we'll hone it 3 times. Alright, so this thing should be even more of a razor blade now. Yeah, that thing's pretty sharp. But like I said, it's got that on it. And I'll show you this in a second, and I'll show you that in a minute too. Okay, so you're going to pick up this, and this little cover is going to be right here. You're going to remove it, and it was pretty tight. It took a little effort and a little prying with a knife to get it to come loose. Then this is going to be popping out from in here. You're just going to pull it out and grab your scissors. Now, I don't have any lawn shears to show you, but you sharpen those by just putting them in the V and pulling them through. However, on the scissors, there's a little nook on the left side of this thing, and you're gonna eyeball, let's see, on what side of the scissor blade the edge is. And once you figured that out, you're gonna put the plastic up against the back of the scissors and pull through like so. About 5 times it says on each side, but however many times it's going to be necessary. These are pretty sharp as is, so there's no point in me showing you the end result. You're going to want to put light pressure on this because that's a little more fragile. But anyway, so that's how you sharpen the scissors. And when you're wanting to put it back up, face upward, slide in. Dang, what did I mess up? Well, I done goofed up, apparently. Yeah, you slide it in like that. Then you take your cover, and this might be a little harder to slide in because it's hard to get out. Line those 2 front pieces up. Push that down. There we go. Slide in. See, it fits nice and smooth in there, but that's why it was harder to get out. And next I'll show you. Alright, so the diagram shows sharpening a axe. I don't have an axe. I have a shovel. So we're going to sharpen a combat shovel. Made a video on this a while back. If you want to go see that, I'll link it wherever. I linked the last video, but pretty much just like a traditional whetstone, you're going to pull the edge across the stone and then flip it on sides. You're supposed to pin it on the table, but it's kind of hard for me to do because this isn't a table and the camera's in the way. No water necessary though, so that's good. And then when you want to hone it up a little bit, as much as you can hone an axe or a combat shovel, use this little thing on the back. And if you're sharpening a larger knife that's going to have a that's been dented up a lot and stuff, you're going to want to use this first before you start using these to hone it up. So there's pretty much 2 levels to that, and that's pretty dang sharp, and I don't exactly have anything to hack through it inside, but yeah, that's how you use the big grindstone on the back of it. Like I said, this thing encompasses pretty much any use you'd need for a knife sharpener. It's a all-around handy guy, if less compact, but yeah, I like it a lot. I'll make this short and sweet. All in all, I love these things. This thing I'm going to throw in my camping bag and take with me on those types of expeditions, I guess. But, you know, it's a great compact little knife sharpener, and this guy's going in the shed. Use him in there, fixing up my tools and whatnot in the shed. It's, you know, not as compact, but it's got a lot more abilities, and it's easier to use on the table and whatnot. You pin it down or whatever, and the designs are real smooth looking. Both of them are pretty sharp and whatnot, and I'd say this one, for what the others similar to this I've seen on the market, I'd say is probably a 9 out of 10, and heck, this one's a 10 out of 10. And yeah, I love these things. These are bad to the bone, bad to the bone. But I guess that's about all I gotta say about that. I'd like to thank Worksharp for sending these to me and letting me review them, and I hope this helps them out, and I'll be leaving reviews on their Amazon and whatnot. But if y'all like this, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel to see more content like this, and see y'all next time.